going on, everybody? I got
Alex.
from the Mr. Pop 1.
Yes, sir.
What'd you do today?
Went X2, lost the last round table, won to someone who's pretty good, Trevor.
Yeah.
Finished 10th place, got my invite, no prizing, but hey, needed that invite.
I got you. Got any shout outs?
Shout out to the Pop One Podcast, Preston, of course, for sponsoring us. And of course, Team Inspire.
Let's go.
We're just doing great things here in the South, in the Gulf Coast. A lot of great players, a lot of great tournaments. Yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's get in this profile.
Yeah, for sure. So I played Unchained, obviously. You can see the Unchained cards. Let's start with the main deck. I did a lot of testing for this event, definitely over like 20 hours or so. I feel like this list is extremely clean. It was very consistent. I had 0 Brokans today, which is what my biggest thing I wanted. So for starters, nothing different here. The 3 Ra, the 3 Shavara, all the 1-ofs. Nothing changes there. 3 Tor guys, 1 Phoenix Rhino, nothing changes there. For the hand traps, 3 Nibs, 3 Ash, and then 3 Imperms. I feel like this is all very, very standard.
Didn't miss the draw in the main?
Did not miss Droll in the main. I feel like Droll is, quite frankly, not that great in the main deck this format. The best decks in the room being Pearly, Unchained Tier, and Rescue Ace. It just doesn't do a lot against them. But then you get the other Tier 2 decks like the Manadiums and Dragon Link being in the side, especially being a searchable in the side. Wink, wink on what I got in the side deck.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot better on the side than the main for sure. The Brick. Love drawing this card. I draw it way too much. I think I draw this more than I do a Ruha.
Jesus Christ.
Consistency cards, 3 Prosperities, 3 Dark Contract, 3 Abominations.
You never thought about cutting the contracts down? Like, I've seen people playing 1 or none.
So for side deck patterns, it actually definitely goes to 2 a lot of times when I'm going first, because the goal is I make the Deity King Caesar when I'm going first, and then on the crackback I search it. So I actually would rather see not see the Dark Contract going first rather than going second. But going second, it's just a board breaking card. You like seeing that third one when you go in from there. The side patterns were just very clean on this, so I definitely like it at 3.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of like another thing too with the side patterns. I really like talents, but I didn't want to cut thrust. At first, I was not playing any thrust whatsoever, so I decided to do 2 talents, 1 thrust, and then side the second thrust. I really like that today. I had no complaints about it, because the only time going first that this card is really cracked is when your opponent nibs you, because you can just say, hey, I'm just going to keep playing anyways. Good, cool nib. But the 2 talents were incredible today. I saw it a lot, and when I did get hand trap, I was able to punch my opponent tremendously. And then the traps should be 3-2. I didn't play Waylon. I did not miss Waylon. A lot of times it was a brick, and that kind of goes back with the hand consistencies I was talking about. Seeing the Waylon just allowed me to just have awful hands. So once I cut it, I felt like my hands were clean. I was able to see better hands a lot more often moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely.
Extra deck. I like 3 Yama. There's the tour guide combo with the Sandgan, which allows you to really have a need for the 3rd Yama, because you do 2 Yamas in that 1 turn. So 3, in my opinion, is correct. And 2 of this, then the 1-ofs. Nothing different with the 1-ofs. This is pretty much standard across the board. I don't like the, what's the card? Muckracker?
Yeah.
Really?
People think that thing is broken.
It barely comes up.
It's just,
But when it does, it does.
It never comes up. It just never comes up. What does come up, though, is the 2 Caesars, right? A lot of times in the grind game, like I make the first Caesar, and then I kind of play a little bit more, I make the second Caesar. My opponent's just not playing from there. The second Caesar really does come up. Another card that comes out more often than you think is this bad card. It's just a 4-match Zeus. And a lot of times if I get shifted or whatever the case may be, and I just need to be in a more controlled game state, that's where this card came in handy. I tested the Mudcracker, I tested like the Dark Charm, and it just never came up, whereas this one, in testing, it did come up. I was like, man, I really missed this card, and I'm glad I kind of played it in today. And then last but not least is the 1 of Zeus.
God card.
For the side deck, for the mirror, 3 Crow. For all the other decks we were talking about, 3 Droll. And then shout out Jesse Cotton for the Wombo combo, the 1 Sandgan. When you go first, believe it or not, what I actually don't do, I don't cut the Phoenix Rhino chain a lot of times. I actually keep them both in, because depending on where the game state is at the time that I'm playing, I might want the Phoenix Rhino or the Sandgan, one or the other. But going first, there was a time today against Dragon Link. I did the tour guide combo to the Sandgan, searched the Droll, and I just won from there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And then the last card. This card's really good for the mirror and Flanderies. It's the Solo Disaster. Those are the only two matchups that it's really good for.
I think it's really good in the mirror match.
Oh, it's extremely good in the mirror match. In round 8, it won me the match like pretty much single-handedly. It was a clean game. I made this card and it just kind of went from there. 2 Lightning Storms, 1 Heartbeats. In case I saw any Oonga Boonga, there's a lot of decks that like to play a lot of Floodgates, so I just like having the Lightning Storms to just be able to clear things out and just not really.
Surprisingly enough, there was a lot of back row today.
There was. One of my losses was to Marin says. He goes and matched me, and what can you do?
Oh yeah,
What
most
can you
definitely.
do? The second thrust, the 1 Herald, in case I see Pearly, didn't happen. And then kind of a spice for this event. I'm very disappointed in how I did because I did not see any Rescue Ace. And testing every time I play this card against Rescue Ace, I just won the game. And that is Magic Reflector. This card, in theory, was insane. It just didn't come out today because I didn't see any Rescue Ace. I didn't see any Flounderies. So the matches where it'd be really good against, it just wasn't good. I didn't respect Unchained too much. I kind of wish these were more for mirror match cards instead of what this was. But, you know, hindsight is 2020. What can you do?
Well, yeah. Well, congrats on the 10th place in the invite.
Thank you
Secure
very
for
much.
Nats next year.
We'll see
Shout
you
out
at
to
Nats.
Pop One and peace, bro.
Deuces.